The New York Rangers have been on a tear as of late. Take a look at their recent schedule, 7-2-1 in their last 10. And they're in a spot where they actually have been getting some offense from other players that you would have wanted to see more offense from earlier on in the year. In particular, the debut of Vitaly Kravtsov, the addition of Zach Jones, Kaapo Kakko's resurgence, as well as the promotion of one Alexis Lafreniere. All these things combined have made for a very interesting Rangers team to watch, and a team that honestly I have been seeing so much entertainment out of. Seriously, if you want to see some good, fun, fast-paced hockey that's got some really good passing plays, really good dynamism from their players, go ahead and watch the recent Rangers game highlights, because Zibanejad going out there doing his thing, obviously that's great. Panarin setting up guys left and right, that's great. Adam Fox, not even to mention that guy who was going out as one of the best defensemen in the entire league. It's flawless, you know? It's a product that is so engaging and is so consumable. For anybody who's a hockey fan, even if you're not a Rangers fan, go out there and watch the Rangers highlights. But today we're talking about not Fox, not Panarin, not Zibanejad, not the stars of the team. We're talking about the young guys, the rookies, and in particular just one name who has been pretty much the most intriguing name out of the 2020 NHL entry draft thus far, Alexis Lafreniere. The main point of this video is going to be talking about how good he has become, and I kind of don't want to phrase it like that, but I kind of have to, how good he has become, because that implies that he wasn't good beforehand. The reason I want to say how good he has become is because things have really started going well for Lafreniere lately, and if you're not a Rangers fan who is hearing that for the first time, oh, Lafreniere is doing a lot better now than he was before, try to answer in your head, why do you think that is? What has changed between the previous few weeks and now with the New York Rangers that has allowed Alexis Lafreniere to go out there, get some more points, show off his game a little bit more, and just overall play at a much better pace? Yeah, you guessed it. He's now playing on the first line with Pavel Buchnevich and Mika Zibanejad, and things have been going so well for Alexis Lafreniere lately that if you take a look at the game log, just seeing what this guy has done recently. First game with the new line. Hey, he gets himself a goal and an assist. He gets played for 17 minutes after he was averaging about 13-ish the entire rest of the season. And in fact, the points that he was able to get were pretty good ones, because Lafreniere was put in a position where he's playing with two very legitimate, very smart players in Buchnevich and Zibanejad. If you hadn't known, Buchnevich has taken a completely new step this year. The guy is absolutely nuts. And you have Mika Zibanejad, who is going out there scoring hat tricks like crazy. Yeah, Lafreniere is being put in a position where he has honestly been somewhat of a part of that. The recent game against the Philadelphia Flyers saw Lafreniere getting his first point after battling on the boards and going after the puck when the Flyers were cramped all over him. He falls to the ice, sends the puck over to the side. Eventually, Buchnevich gets the pass in front, and he comes in, he shoots, and he scores. He also had a Lafreniere goal where the guy comes in, he takes a centering pass after a few deflections, the goalie goes down, and Lafreniere just kind of dipsy-doodles, insides, outsides, right by the post and the goalie. Very slick goal against the Philadelphia Flyers and goaltender Alex Lyon over there. But the recent game that the Rangers had last night against the Buffalo Sabres was a doozy in itself. Zibanejad had himself a hat trick. Lafreniere was on the ice for two of those goals. One of the goals he actually had an assist on. He sends the pass over to the side there. But this game was a pretty good one indeed. Not just because of the Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Buchnevich thing, but because, hey, Panarin's still doing his thing. Adam Fox is scoring points like crazy. You had Kaapo Kakko go out there with a beautiful few snipes. And, of course, you had Zach Jones coming into the lineup and getting points. You had so many people talking about the Rangers' young guys all colliding for points, and that is an absolutely phenomenal thing to witness if you're a Rangers fan. Not only being consumed by what exactly is going out there on the ice now, but who is intrigued by the future of this team. And if you take a look at Lafreniere, things have really been clicking for him in a way that really puts him in a better standing than he was at when it took him 7 games to get his first NHL point. and when he had 1 point in 15 games played. Things have really started looking up for him now, because now if you take a look at the number, he's at 16 points in 48 games played, 9 goals too. So he's really gone out there and started scoring some goals. He's had actually 2 of those kinds of goals where he dangles the goalie on the outside of the post and comes inwards, but he's been scoring a panoply of ways as well. Nasty snipes against the New Jersey Devils. You have goals that go off of his own skate because he's fighting in the dirty areas, and in fact, you had yourself a stat that was posted onto the New York Rangers Stats and Info Twitter page. Alexis Lafreniere has recorded 9 even strength points over the past month, which is the 3rd most among NHL rookies in that span. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, 9 even strength points in a month, that's really specific, and it's not really something that sounds all too impressive, but hey, compared to the rest of the NHL rookie class, being up there 3rd in a month's worth of even strength points is a pretty good thing in my opinion. Especially with the fact that a lot of Rangers fans have been really clamoring for Lafreniere to go out there in the power play. Firstly, it's like, okay, finally he gets his chance to play with good players. He's playing with Zibanejad, he's playing with Buchnevich. These guys are doing extraordinarily well alongside of Lafreniere. He's no slouch on this line. He's actively contributing, fighting in the board battles, and giving these guys the room to move and do their magic. But you're not playing him on the power play still. This is a guy who, if you want to talk about who deserves an opportunity, who you would like to see, just experiment, see how it goes, you have Alexis Lafreniere right at your disposal. Maybe as a Vancouver Canuck fan, I'm so used to seeing Jim Benning acquire these random guys like Travis Boyd and Jimmy Vesey from Toronto on waivers, and seeing Travis Green put them on special teams. I'm so used to seeing Jimmy Vesey in his first game here be put onto the first line power play because, oh, why the heck not? It's so ingrained in my mind, the mindset that you have new players, you have opportunities here. Why not try somebody out on a power play? Try somebody out on a different spot in the lineup. It took so long for Lafreniere to get put with actually capable players, and that's not to disrespect the entire body of work that he had produced beforehand, but he was playing with like Giuseppe and Brett Howden, and sure, they shuffled the lines a little bit more, playing him with Strome and Kako and Cheeto a little bit as well, but this Zibanejad, Buchnevich, Lafreniere thing, oh boy, it's really working out extraordinarily well. Artemi Panarin with Strome, that's a great pairing over there. Kreider with Kako has been super effective too. The Rangers are in a spot where there's a reason they've won so many of their recent games, and a lot of that has to do with some of the changes they just made in who they play with whom. Now, all of a sudden, the Rangers are in the playoff fight again, even though they weren't really in that spot a few weeks beforehand. Take a look at the standings here in the East Division. They have 56 points in 49 games played. The Boston Bruins ahead of them in the standings have 60 points in 47. So the Rangers have fewer points in more games played. So things have been really tight. But, you know, the Rangers were in a spot where just a few weeks ago, I mean, the Flyers were in this position in the standings, so it didn't really look like the Rangers would be in this position back before they started winning. I think it was 13 and 17 games. Yeah, things have been great in New York. And if Quinn goes out there and keeps Lafreniere with this Zibanejad and Buchnevich pairing, oh boy, things could be looking really good. I mean, just seeing the body language on the ice, you can tell these guys love playing together. The gif of Alexis Lafreniere's reaction after Zibanejad scored his hat trick last night was posted on Twitter, and it was circulating like crazy because Lafreniere is just so happy for the guy, you know? I'm kind of sitting here thinking, I just can't wait to see when Lafreniere gets his first hat trick. And when he does, I would not be surprised if Zibanejad, Buchnevich, maybe Adam Fox are the guys assisting on that play. Hopefully it's on a power play sometime soon. Not trying to get too optimistic, but maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Who really knows? But talk to me in the comments what you thought about Alexis Lafreniere recently. If you're a Rangers fan, please let me know in the comments, how has this guy been this previous 2 weeks compared to the first little bit of the season? He always had the tools, he always had the smarts, he always had the way that he approaches the game that is so efficient. But now that he's being given that chance, what do you think? Talk to me in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed this with Josh Rolls 99. And bye.